Hi, how are you doing? My name is Rohit and I'll be breaking down the sixth match of this year's IPL, which saw the Royal Challengers Bengaluru taking on the Punjab Kings in the Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore. As usual, I'll start with the end result, which had the Royal Challengers Bengaluru winning by 4 wickets. Honestly, it was a back and forth game even from the start. Punjab batted first, and they put up a total of 176, with Shikhar Dhawan leading the way from the top with 45 from 37. There were a lot of players who did get starts with the bat. Nobody really carried through other than Shikhar Dhawan, who actually, in an attempt to amp up the scoring rate, he got himself out. You had Prabhsimran Singh, 25 from 17, Sam Curran, 23 from 17, Jitesh Sharma, 27 from 20, and then Shashank Singh, 21 from 8. He actually finished off the innings. He wasn't out, so he had very limited opportunities, but he maximized it. With that said, you look at this innings and you think, okay, 176 in normal circumstances would be a solid total. Unfortunately, this is the Chinnaswamy Stadium. This is a batting paradise. And usually in this place, you're looking at an average score of around 185, 190, usually. 180 is the bare minimum score of you typically having a fighting chance. So objectively, this is a low total for this ground. It's a fighting total anywhere else, but here specifically, it's a low total because it's a small ground. The shorter boundaries are very short. We're talking 50 meters, 55 meters for the shorter boundaries. So if you know where the shorter boundaries are, if you hit towards them, you're more likely to get more runs. So what ended up happening for the Punjab Kings is that they kept losing wickets at regular intervals, and then those who did come in did not get to good enough starts. And even if they did, they would get out as they tried to accelerate. And so that cycle kept repeating over and over again. But still, in most cases, you'd say 176, okay, you got a fighting shot. But they needed to bowl out of their minds, personally. That's what I thought when I saw that score. I'm thinking, okay, this is a team that has to bowl out their mind because this is a very small ground. They're going up against an RCB team with a very powerful batting lineup that not only bats deep, but can bat teams out of games. And honestly, it started from the top with RCB. Virat Kohli led the way with a Player of the Match award winning 77 from 49. So he also, in the process, took on just a lot of the bowlers and single-handedly led this team to victory from the top. And also in the process, shut up some of the doubters who were doubting his strike rate in T20 cricket, because Kohli is not the type of batter who usually has these 140 plus strike rate innings. And today he almost had a strike rate of closer to 160. So that was he started fast and he kept that pace up for the entire innings. And that's what RCB needed because the batters around him struggled. And so Punjab did bowl well in that regard. They did bowl well. Other than Kohli and then Dinesh Karthik at the end, who finished off the match and took RCB over the line with 28 from 10. The other batters in the middle struggled. And so which allowed the Punjab Kings to generate pressure to get more wickets, which stemmed the flow of runs from RCB. But at the same time, it eventually not ended up being enough because Dinesh Karthik came in at the end and finished the innings off with some brilliant power hitting to get RCB over the line and getting RCB their first win of this year's IPL. So now you're thinking, okay, where do both teams go from here? Well, if you're Punjab, this time the positive is in the bowling. They bowled well. This is not an easy total to defend, especially in that ground. And they did very well to push this game all the way to the final over, taking wickets when it mattered. And so that should be huge going forward because now you're thinking, now coming into the tournament, this is a bowling attack that you would look at and say, okay, they're going to struggle. This is a bowling attack that's going to get you a lot of wins, but they've performed objectively well, and that should be appreciated. And if you're RCB, obviously the positive should be Kohli's ability to score and score fast, especially in a match like this where a lot of your other teammates struggled. Kohli's ability to maintain a strike rate of over 150 was vital because that kept RCB on par with the scoring rate, not letting the scoring rate get out of hand. And then after Kohli got out, Dinesh Karthik comes in and finishes it off. And he was able to do so because Kohli kept that not the strike rate in check. He kept his strike rate up, but he kept the run rate in check so that there wasn't too much pressure when the newer batters came in, so they could afford to take a few balls before launching. And so that's basically how it went down. And as usual, like, comment, subscribe, and with that, I'll be back next time for the next matchup. Thank you. Have a good one.